I hate meal prep. So this meal prep video is for people that also hate meal prep. But first, I have something very exciting to tell you. March 14th, mark it on your calendars. The second spring drop from Cuts is coming your way, and you guys are going to love everything. What you're seeing on screen right now is actually from the first spring drop, but you guys know with Cuts, everything just fits so perfectly, and these spring colors are insane. I actually did go ahead and get a polo, which I don't typically wear, but it's such a sleek design. It's going to look very casual wherever you want to wear it. You guys know the curved crew hems are my favorite, but these shorts might have just taken the cake for one of my favorite products of all time. So make sure you guys are on the website on March 14th, or anytime. You guys know you can always use code Travis15 to save 15% on the best clothing in the entire world. I can assure you, you will love it. I'm betting this was a really dumb idea, but I saw it go viral on TikTok, so I figured I would give it a shot. We are meal prepping just using Chipotle catering. So show you what we got here. They gave us some tortillas. Of course, you gotta get the pico salsa, the best salsa at Chipotle. And they do give you two options, so we got the corn as well. White rice, obviously so much better than their brown rice. Make that 2 white rice. It's kind of hard to tell what this is, but Megan loves the fajita mix. Last, but surely not least, a whole lot of chicken. If you want to try ordering Chipotle catering for meal prep, here's exactly how you do it. Go to their website, hit catering, scroll down and select build your own. I chose single because I'm cheap. Hit add to bag, and then you can customize everything. I made my order for 10 people, which ended up being exactly $100. And as you saw, we selected white rice, chicken, double veggie, tomato salsa, corn salsa, and the tortillas. Select when you want to pick it up, and they'll have everything ready to go in these dispensable containers. So while this is extremely convenient and maybe cost effective if you're someone that eats out every day, it is far from a bargain in my opinion. In fact, it's actually more expensive than just going to Chipotle every day and ordering your standard meal. But then again, you avoid the drive, lines, and have it available right in your own home anytime you want it. While it may lack in variety, I know I'm not the only one who is perfectly content eating the same thing day after day. I want to give credit where credit is due. I thought for sure they were going to shortchange me on the chicken. I weighed it out and they gave me exactly 40 ounces. So I put 4 ounces in 10 containers, 5 for me, 5 for Megan. As you can see, it was on the dot. So kudos to you, Chipotle. And just like that, we've got 10 meals for the week, 5 for me, 5 for Megan. Took about 10 to 15 minutes to weigh out and portion out how we wanted. Of course, having the food made was the biggest benefit. So we'll let you know our thoughts. So my plan was to eat all of this Chipotle during the week, and it's Sunday, as you can see. I'm not in a shirt and tie, but you guys know I do love these Cuts shirts. Check out the spring collection. Have you already heard this pitch? Maybe so, but I have a lunch on Thursday, so I have one to spare. So as you can see, just gonna have my container right here, and I did break down the macronutrients for anyone that is interested. So for the bowl that I created, which is essentially 1 serving rice, 1 serving of chicken, 1 serving of corn, and 2 servings of pico, you're looking at about 600 calories, 42 protein, 74 carbs, 13 fat. So not too bad. I think it's actually pretty ideal for lunchtime. Some people are going to be turned off by the amount of sodium, so there's over 2 grams of salt. Personally, I'm not overly concerned about that. My bigger concern is probably the way they make this food. And this isn't gonna be true for everyone, but for me, I'm very particular about what I put in my body, so I do not love the oils that they make all of this food in, and I would personally prefer to cook it at home.
That wreaks havoc in your body, in your cell membranes, in your mitochondria. Humans would never have gotten this much linoleic acid evolutionarily.
But like I said, if you're someone that's eating out anyway, then chances are you're getting that regardless, so maybe that's a non-issue for y'all. All right, guys, happy Money Monday. So it is 11:30, and starting at 12, I've got back-to-back meetings all the way up until 5 p.m. So while I do think it's interesting that it's more expensive to do the Chipotle catering rather than just going to Chipotle every single day and getting it fresh, there's 2 things I wanted to mention. One is that you do get a little bit of extra food. So as you can see, we have some rice, we have some corn, things like that. So you get a little extra, although I do think think that that's a little bit misleading because that's just very cheap food, right? It's not like you get extra meat. The biggest advantage, in my opinion, is like days like today, I would have no time to run to Chipotle. So the convenience factor is definitely there. Just take a look at that beautiful bowl. Oh, and by the way, reheated Chipotle actually tastes just as good as Chipotle as if you're getting it from the restaurant, just in case you're curious.
Just in case you're curious.
Another day, another Chipotle. I never let the microwave actually run its course here, so should be about good. Still fresh and amazing. Today, having a little lunch meeting with myself. You know, I really wasn't sure about this whole idea to order catering for meal prep, but I do have to say, if you live a very busy lifestyle, I don't know, maybe they're onto something. We are winding down the week here, and I just wanted to put a bow on this Chipotle catering meal prep hack. And is it even a hack at all? You know, I don't really know. I think for some people, maybe people like me that do work from home, that don't get the chance to be out and about, that find it really inconvenient to go to a restaurant, then yes. Now, are you gonna spend a good amount of money for it? Yes. So for Megan and I, for the week, it was $100, so $50 a person per week just for lunch when it's seemingly basic ingredients. You know, I think that's a lot of money. And again, I really don't love the quality of the food. I would much prefer to make it myself. However, you know, life is going to get in the way sometimes, and maybe you're not going to have the chance to prep your food. And in those cases, it's surely a better option than not eating, or, you know, having something that's a little bit less healthy, or maybe just, you know, snacking the entire day. So overall, I think this is how I'm going to implement it into my life. If I've got a super busy weekend, maybe I'm just getting back from a trip, maybe I just got a lot going on and I know I'm not gonna be able to meal prep, then I would do that again. Now, am I gonna do it every week? Absolutely not. Would I prefer to make my own food? Absolutely. But what I would really like to know is what you all think. Is this something that you could implement into your daily meal prep routine or your weekly meal prep routine? Let me know. Am I missing anything? Is there any other restaurants I could try this that might be a little bit more economical or a little bit better quality food? You let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for taking time out of the day to watch. You're gonna be doing anything in the entire world, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That's pretty awesome. Please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I look forward to talking to y'all next time. This is just how I normally talk. I don't know what it is.